here for the Beyond Elevated podcast. We are so blessed to have everybody on today. So excited to get it going for the week 9 preview games. We are just so excited over here at Beyond Elevated. Another week of football. Listening to everybody all week, give their opinions, and then find out when they're wrong. Having such a good time here, and just wanted to introduce the rest of the guests and the rest of the lovely people, starting with my man, my brother from another mother, my homie, P. Diddy, P. Jones, Mr. Always Correct. Had a bad week last week, but ready to rebound this week. Diddy, Jones, P. Gets it done, P. Opportunity. Coming from Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Percy Jones. What up, Percy?
What's going on, my brother? How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm feeling really good. I see you getting them big old grays in that beard now, old timer.
Yeah, they're coming in. Yo, man, I'm happy to be back. This week, you, brother Ryan, Rich are going down.
Okay, well, I mean, it's nice to say it, but doing it is something completely different. But glad you're doing healthy. Sitting in the upper right-hand corner from him, if you're watching this live, is none other than the Dallas, Texas Red Raider, Texas Tech champion, and ready to have another good week, Mr. Ryan Lillis. Ryan, what up, man?
How's everybody doing? Good to be back. Got some tornadic activity. I think there's going to be some tornadic activity in college football and the NFL this weekend. I am excited, to say the least. Good to be back with you guys.
We're happy to have you too. And then someone that needs no introduction, someone hailing all the way from Philadelphia, Philly. Little disappointed last night that the Phillies didn't pull it off. Now down 3-2 in the series, but they got this. Rich, no problems. Rich, get it done. Mr. Richard Graham, what up, Rich?
Gentlemen, TGIF. I missed you guys last, but I'm happy we're here tonight.
No, I'm saying I missed it too. What? But we're gonna go ahead.
No. I don't need an introduction.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, let's get going right now. We are going to talk about the Week 9 preview of the football games, and we're going to start off with the Indianapolis Colts versus the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots are favored by 5.5. That's right, 5.5. New England's at home, and we're going to start here with Percy Jones. Percy, what do you think, buddy?
New England at home, Bill Belichick, they get it done. Enough said. They get it done. The running game's been going pretty well, and Bill's at home, man. You can't go against that guy when he's home. You can't go against him really in general, but when he's home, I like him.
Yeah, I also want to take the Patriots here. I like them in Foxborough. The Colts are just a little bit disfragmented right now with Ellinger starting. So I like the Patriots and Bill Belichick's like Percy.
Not by choice here, gentlemen, but no Jonathan Taylor for these Colts. And it's just evident that with him not being at the health that he was at last year, and with their offense pretty much being revolving around him and him being the core of that offense, with the struggles with Matt Ryan and him, being out now, I don't see, the Colts going on the road here and beating this Bill Belichick and New England Patriot team. So sort of against my will here, I will take the Patriots minus what's the line on this, by the way?
It's 5.5 for New England.
Okay. Yeah. Patriots. All right.
Well, well, I definitely agree. According to PFF, New England has the 15th best defense and the 19th best offense, and the Patriots. The Patriots, but the Colts have the 17th best defense and the 32nd best offense, and 32nd is dead last. I think Bill Belichick is a defensive mind, a defensive genius, and I'm going to go with the rest of the crew and take the Patriots. Moving on, we are going to talk about the Buffalo Bills heading on to the New York, the Big Apple, to play the New York Jets. The Buffalo Bills, as the away team, are getting 11.5 points here. So, Percy, what do you think here about the Bills versus the Jets?
So, guys, I'm not one with these big spreads. I like to give NFL team the points, but I think this right here is going to – the Bills are going to show who they are, and the talks of that division this week is going to kind of come to a halt. The Bills are going to light them up, man. They're going to light them up in every part of the game. Obviously in the air. I believe is it true that White comes back this week, the DB for Buffalo? Tre'Davious White, this is his first game back. So, I
believe so, sir.
Yeah, I really don't. The Bills are going to show who they are, and they're going to put their foot in the Jets' mouth this week. I'm taking the Bills. What you got, Ryan?
I'm going to have to agree with Percy again on this one. I like the Jets. I like their trajectory. I like the way they're going right now. I think they got a lot of good pieces, but the balance that they lose without Breece Hall, like I've said the last week, I think Buffalo goes in. I think they go into this game and they really take it to them after kind of an underwhelming performance against Green Bay on that offense. I think Josh Allen gets back in the groove of things. I know he threw 2 picks against that Packers secondary, so I really look to see Josh Allen come in and just business as usual and gets back on track this week. I like Buffalo big time in this game.
Yeah, that Breece Hall loss for the Jets is going to be critical for this offense. Kid Zach Wilson to have to make up for obviously with the offense that the Bills have. It's to force the Jets probably to be in mode the entire game. But me being the man that I am, knowing that you all are going to take Buffalo here against the spread, I'm going to go with the Jets plus the 11.5. Although I do think Buffalo is going to win this game outright.
Wow. All right. That's pretty interesting. Rich,
my.
really good pick there. I'm going to ride with Rich here, and I'm going with the New York Jets. This will be the second week in a row that they don't have Breece Hall. I think the first week was a little bit of culture shock, but I think they get down to business. One key thing about the New York Jets is from a power rank from PFF, they have the number 1 defense in the league from a defensive perspective. Just really, really like what they're doing, and I really, really, truly like the Jets here. I do think that Buffalo is an incredible team, probably the second or best team in the league, but I don't think that they have enough to win by 11.5. Do think that they're going to win the game. Moving on to game number 3 on our docket, and we're going to go through this one pretty quickly. It is the Miami Dolphins being favored by 4.5, traveling to the Chicago Bears. Percy, who do you got?
I'm going Dolphins. Dolphins all the way. As much as I try to go with the guy from Ohio State, he lets me down each and every week. They just don't have enough weapons. They just traded away 2 of their, studs on defense, if you say, DN and their linebackers. So, honestly, the morale right now in Chicago is just not there. I'm going to go with going against the Bears. Sorry.
I'm gonna go with Percy again here.
Hey, don't get too comfortable going with Percy every single time, Ryan. I'm just saying,
no, get comfortable. Get comfortable.
Get a little bit
comfortable.
Saying,
you only won 4 games last week. Man.
I know, but that's 1 week. We got more games to play this week. But I think the Dolphins here run away with this one. I really do. No Roquan Smith, no Robert Quinn on that defense. 2 of their key pieces for Chicago. Too many weapons for Tua and the Dolphins. Dolphins have a big day. Also, the addition of Bradley Chubb. This is a team that's trying to win right now, and I think they're going to do exactly that.
Yeah, that acquisition by the Miami Dolphins and Chubb, it's clear cut that they're really going to be making a push for this division with Buffalo, um, and where they're at. Right now they're standing at 2-1 in the division, so they obviously have to keep pace in that regard. But I just don't think that these Bears are going to be able to have a defense for the combination of this duo of Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. So, and I think it was to your point, Ryan, is just that I don't see how the morale of the Chicago Bears team can rally here to. I guess it's just they got to have that empty feeling. I mean, they have literally. I mean, they being a part of that team, they know that it's evident that they're in rebuild mode here in a way, not officially, but they let some. I mean, if you guys can remember a couple years back when they still had Khalil Mack, the Bears were one of the top 5 defenses in the NFL. And now, fast forward, a few years later here, it's just a complete 360 turnaround. So I am going to take Miami here as well. I'm not going to say that I'm going with Percy here, but Rich Graham, I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins.
Oh, I'm definitely not going to go with Percy, but for this particular game, I am. I love the Miami Dolphins. I love what Tua did last week, being back on his second game. I think it's going to be his third game. Looked really good. He's going against a very bad defense here, being ranked 30th. Against the Chicago Bears. We remember what happened last week with the Chicago Bears and how much people were willing to throw the ball on them and run the ball on them. Miami's looking good. I think that they have right now, since Jamar Chase is hurt out in Cincinnati, that they have the best receiving core in the league with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. And Tyreek Hill is just unbelievable. And I am going to also take the Dolphins. Moving on, we are going to talk about the well, let's see here. Let's make sure that we're going here in the order we're supposed to. We're going to talk about the Green Bay Packers going all the way to Detroit and playing the Detroit Lions. The Green Bay Packers are going here as 3.5-point favorites. In Detroit, I am interested to get your thoughts, Percy.
It's only was so long Aaron Rodgers is not going to win. You know what, guys? Rich, Ryan, this is my lock of the week right here. Green Bay, lock it up with Green Bay. I believe you both said it earlier. Now I know why you said it. This is it, man. The Lions they just lost TJ Hawkinson. TJ goes and makes all the comments talking negative about him. They're trying to get back running with Swift. It's not happening. Goff is just not that guy getting it done. And their defense gives up tons of points each week. I really think Aaron Rodgers gets it done. I don't know what they're going to do in the air, but they keep pounding that ball and just dumping the ball off, man. Green Bay wins this game. That's my pick, Ryan.
Man, I am just on the Percy Jones train today. So I agree with you. I got Green Bay Packers. I've got them winning this game against just for the simple fact for Green Bay, this is essentially a must win for them, in my opinion. You got a downwards opponent with a chaotic locker room, and they haven't played good football all year. This is a must win for that football team if they have any scintilla of a hope to make the playoffs or even make it interesting. Detroit's got one of the worst passing defenses in the league against one of the best quarterbacks that's played the game. So I like Green Bay here.
Feel free, guys, for all the guests that are on. I know we're live right now. For all the guests that are on, feel free to type into the chat. We'll be happy to talk to you and shout you out and throw you up. But Rich, go ahead.
I'm seeing a trend here. I mean, a lot of us are just going with what Percy's taking, and I do have to agree. Detroit fired their defensive coordinator this week after that loss to Miami last week, Aubrey Pleasant. And then obviously with the departure of TJ Hawkinson, which was one of their, behind Amon-Ra St. Brown was, Jared Goff's old reliable. And I don't even know if Swift's going to be able to get out there this week. Here's my take. 14 teams get into the dance at the end of this regular season. The Packers sit right now 3-5. This week is going to be the make or break, in my opinion. obviously, if Green Bay goes into Detroit and loses this game, you could pretty much, chalk their season up. But if somehow they can get a win on the road, boost that morale back up, boost Aaron Rodgers' morale back up, Green Bay's going to look. They're not going out without a fight. So give me the pack here. It's going to be interesting to see. But do you guys think that there's a chance that they lose this game?
I'm not even gonna entertain this nonsense with the 1-6 Detroit Lions. I think that they're going to make plenty of mistakes. I think that the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers has disowned the Detroit Lions for years. The Detroit Lions, I think, are one of the worst teams in the league. And even though they may be playing a little hard, they're still one of the worst teams in the league. And I like Green Bay, and I like Green Bay by 3.5. Let's move on to the next game. I want to make sure that everybody realizes that these are the, I believe, 6-1 Minnesota Vikings, the 6-1 Minnesota Vikings versus the Washington Commanders. Some very interesting news happened this week with the Washington Commanders saying that Daniel Snyder is willing to start entertaining the idea of selling the team. The Minnesota Vikings are favored by 3. Minnesota has the second best record in the conference. Percy, what do you think here?
It's really troubling me that the line is only 3 points. I don't care if Washington is at home, but it's really troubling me. I mean, Kirk Cousins and the guys are 6-1. I mean, they just got the new addition of TJ Hockenson. The running game is going pretty good. We already know the receiving core is doing legit. I hate to talk like the normal sports analysts and say it's a trap game, but there's no way in the world it's only a 3-point line. Like, Washington has nothing going for them. Can you come back to me after you guys? I'm gonna let you guys pick first, and I'm gonna come back with my pick.
No. Yeah, all of a sudden.
Ryan, you go.
All right, go ahead.
All right, so this was actually one of my closer games of the week for me, but I'm still gonna go with the Minnesota Vikings with the balanced attack that they have, with the weapons and the addition that they made, like you guys said. Also, Dalvin Cook is a force in this league, and I think he doesn't get as much attention as he should, but that's another discussion. But the Commanders also, what made it interesting for me is that they haven't given up more than 22 points per game this year. They haven't given up any more than that. That's the most they've given up. So their defense is pretty good. It's just, can they score the football? And I don't think they can as much as the Vikings can with their balanced attack. So I got to go with the Vikings here. But closer than you think it's going to be, in my opinion.
You're absolutely right. I don't think, Percy, it's a trap game, but I don't think people are. I think that, like, to Ryan's point right there, I just think this is going to be a lot closer than what a lot of people are expecting. Listen, this Tyler Heineke, he plays. He's out there to win games, man, and he has a lot. I don't know if you guys. I read an article the other day. He has a lot of incentives in his contract right now in terms of every time he gets a win, throwing for X amount of passing yards per game and so forth. So he's playing with a little chip on his shoulder. So just to be clear here, I do like the Vikings to win this game outright. But I'm actually going to go with the Commanders here. This is going to be a game. I mean, look, the storyline obviously is Kirk Cousins going back home to Washington, who drafted him. So they're coming with a little bit of vengeance, and I think so. I do think Minnesota wins outright, but I'm going to take Washington C-words plus the points. It's 3, right? Is it 3?
Yeah, it's 3.
Yeah, give me Washington.
So I'm going to go with Washington here too. Just any kind of information that the Daniel Snyder might sell the team, I think gets the fans and I think gets the team excited. And Washington, I believe, won 2 games in a row. Their defense is ranked 11th. I also do believe that they are getting Chase Young back.
3 games, Rob. They're on 3-game win streak.
Ooh, 3-game win streak. Okay. And I like them. I just like them this week. I like them to cover. I don't know if I like them to win outright, but I definitely like them to cover from the
So we're
plus-
talking the same language here, Rob, right?
Right. And
All right.
I just think that they're going to do okay. So let's move on here.
What's Percy's pick? We got to go back to Percy.
Oh, okay, Percy. Who are you picking?
The Vikings. I'm definitely not going the way you're going, my man.
All right. Well, it doesn't
He's
matter
talking
to
to
me.
you, Rob. He ain't talking to me.
I don't necessarily want you to go the way that I'm going, just because last week. How many games did he win last week, Rich? 4.
Oh my, here we go.
Man, I wasn't gonna put him out there.
I
Let me
mean,
check my handy dandy right here.
yes. Take it. You know what? Take your time.
Oh boy.
Wait, there was 15 games last week. He didn't win a third of them.
Oh my gosh. So
4
you mean
wins,
he got
11
at least
losses.
60 so he got 60% of his games, or 66. What am I talking about? 66% of the games wrong. That's
so
incredible.
the next game is
All right. So moving on, the next game is the Carolina Panthers going to the Cincinnati Bengals, and the Cincinnati Bengals are at home, favored by 7 here. We're going to go over to Percy. Percy, give me the pick to this game. Who do you think's going to win? I mean, who do you think's going to win? Who do you think's going to win with the spread?
the Bengals is 7 points at home with their starting receivers still out.
Listen, let's talk about that real quick.
Go ahead.
Is Joe really that dependent on his guy Chase?
I think. Well, first off,
Because this is going to be because the big talk now is like, can Joe win without Jamar?
Right.
You know, and that goes to his credibility as a quarterback. Correct or incorrect?
Correct. So,
Correct.
Yeah.
So let me be clear here in my take. I think Joe Burrow is fine without Jamar Chase. I think last week it was the first time that he didn't have them. They were going into a hostile environment on Monday night in a division game. I think
They got scraped though.
They got waxed.
Oh man, Corey says I think the Bengals are having that Super
Yes,
Bowl
Corey.
hangover. Okay, all right, thank you, Corey Wilson. No, so the Bengals are. I think the Bengals are fine. I think that Jamar Chase is absolutely okay. I think that not having him around for a couple games is going to make them better. And I think that Joe Burrow just is going to pull it out this week. I don't think that the Panthers have a really good defense. They're being ranked 27th right now. The Bengals still have 2 other really good receivers in Boyd and Higgins. And before I believe that Chase got injured, I believe that the Cincinnati Bengals had the best receiving core in the league. I think that they figure it out this week. I think that they're going back to going to make the playoffs again, and I think that they're a tough out. So I like the Bengals. Percy?
I'm going to go with the Bengals. I don't think the Panthers have enough to get it done. Yes, Mr. Wilson over there said that they're having a little Super Bowl hangover. That could be true, but as my brother Scott just commented in there, he said the Panthers +7. He's a Panthers fan, as you can see, but it doesn't happen this week. They don't have enough to get it done. Sorry, Scott.
Ryan?
Yeah, I'm actually going to. I'm gonna have to take the Bengals here. I can't.
You don't have to do anything.
From what I saw last week and the offensive line in the second half of that football game against the Cleveland Browns, and I don't know, have we found where Mixon went? I mean, is there a missing poster anywhere? I mean, he was non-existent in that football game, and Joe Mixon is a good back. I think without their number 1 receiver, they're going to have to give him the ball a little bit more. Now, I know their offensive line is nothing to write home about, and I think that was exposed as well. But I think that was something that we've all known is an issue, but they haven't addressed it. But I still think the Bengals get it done. The Panthers are that bad. They're going to have to rebuild, but I do think Walker's showing some glimpses of some razzle dazzle, and I like that. But I got the Bengals here still. I think they get back.
Richard?
Corey, you're right. They are sleeping on PJ Walker, and if it wasn't for DJ Moore's stupid antics last week, they win that game. in Atlanta. I think this is going to be again a closer game than we all think. Here's like Ryan was saying, that Cincinnati offensive line is literally their downfall right now. And here's the crazy thing is that here we are going into week 9, and you got the Cincinnati Bengals at 500 at 4-4, and you got the Rams at 3-4. I do think though Cincinnati wins this game. Again, I do think that these Panthers are playing with a little bit of grit right now and something to prove. PJ Walker, he's just going to go out there and lay it all out in the field. He's playing probably for some sort of contract to keep himself in the NFL. And, a couple of these other players, like Deontay Foreman, obviously is looking probably for a contract now that Christian McCaffrey is gone. So I think Cincinnati wins, but I'm going to take Carolina. Is it 7 or 7.5?
7.
Yeah, give me Carolina plus the 7.
Give me the Bengals minus the 7. I think they get it back together. I know I already told you. One thing that I did want to point out is the PFF grades for passing for PJ Walker versus Joe Burrow. Both of them are 77.1. The big time throw rate for PJ Walker is 9.78. And the big time throw rate for Joe Burrow is 3.0. Percy, you just sent something in the chat saying you're thinking about changing your pick. Are you changing your pick or not? We need to know now.
Now, listen, man, when you put a bet in the FanDuel, can you change it? Will you put the slip in?
If I do it from my phone, I can.
Okay. So
I don't go to the window. So because I don't go to the window, I do it from the phone. I'm going to change my pick and go with the Panthers. Give me the 7.
Whoa. What made you just do that in a matter of 2 minutes that you picked your pick and Rob and Ryan picked ours?
I'm just thinking.
What went through your head? I'm curious.
I got you. I want to go with the hometown quarterback and PJ Walker. I want to go with the running back because I love a running game. And 7 points to me in the NFL is a lot of points.
There we go. Good breakdown.
All right. Whatever. Remember, this guy won 4 games last week. Moving on. We're gonna go to the Los Angeles Chargers are playing the Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons are home and they are not favored. They're underdogs. Rich, what do we call those home teams?
Home dogs.
Home dogs is true, and the Atlanta Falcons are getting 3 points here. Percy, you got the Chargers or you got the Falcons?
Chargers.
Ryan.
Oh man, this was one of my hard ones to pick this week, but dadgummit. Give me the Falcons. Give me the first place Falcons.
Richie Rich.
Love it, Ryan. Yeah, listen, no Keenan Allen again this week. No Mike Williams. Is Gerald Everett playing?
No, I don't think so.
Anybody know that?
I haven't seen anything for certain.
And is Cordell coming back? Is Cordell Patterson coming back this week for Atlanta?
No, he's not.
He's on the IR.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's on the IR.
Yeah. I like Atlanta. They're rolling, man. They got Mariota's got this team playing behind them, and they're playing with them. And he's been getting a lot done. He doesn't do it fancy. He probably doesn't throw the ball more than 20 times, or averages probably 22-ish attempts per game. And but they have a nice little duo in the backfield there with Huntley and is it Aguilar?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I like Atlanta here with the points. I like them kind of money line as well.
Oh, all right. I see you, Rich, changing things up here. I'm going to go with the Chargers going on the road here. I think the Chargers are massively underrated. I do think that they were supposed to have a better record than they did, but I think that they pulled this one out. Moving on to Percy's favorite team, the 1-5 Las Vegas Raiders. Are they 1-5 or are they 1-6? Hold on, I just want to make sure. They are 1-5 or 1-6. Percy, do you know off the top of your head if the Raiders are 1-5 or 1-6? I'm just joking. They're 2-5. They are going to be going to Jacksonville to play the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 2-6, and the Raiders shockingly are favored by 2.5. Percy, who do you like?
The Raiders. That's all I got to say.
Ryan.
I'm going to go with the Raiders as well.
Richard.
I don't really like following suit a lot, and these Jaguars, man. Is there a chance that they lose 6 in a row?
They're so bad. It doesn't matter.
It's
But
really
it
bad.
really
It's
doesn't.
really bad.
And what is the line on this? Raiders -2.
Yes, I believe. Hold on one second. No, Raiders 2.5.
Listen, I said it in the podcast earlier in this week. I'm done with these Raiders. I'm gonna
Jeez.
take Dougie P and the Jaguars.
Oh my.
I'm going to take the Jaguars too. I don't like the Raiders. I think that, obviously there was another meeting in Josh McDaniels' office this week or right after the game last Sunday.
Listen.
Go ahead.
No. Yeah, keep going.
And
Yeah.
that's another owner and coach meeting. I think that he might be on his way out here. This could just be the beginning of the end for Mr. Josh McDaniels. And obviously, you and Percy already thought that they were going to go to the playoffs. I think that this is just the burying that is coming here with them. So, is there any words? Do you want to give the eulogy now, Percy, or the eulogy later for the Raiders? Oh, Ryan, go ahead. You got some words, some kind words to say for these bums?
I mean, I just didn't know when this is the beyond. Apparently, this show is the beyond elevated roast of Percy Jones. That's what it's felt like so far. And
he won
those are
4
my only
games
words.
last week.
Well, there you go again. But yeah, dude, the Jaguars. I just don't see them hanging with the talent level that the Vegas Raiders have, despite their record. Just strictly on paper,
Oh my gosh,
they don't have the talent.
The Raiders have the 32nd worst pass defense in the NFL.
And Trevor Lawrence isn't going to throw it to his own teammates, so that's okay.
Hey, man, I got him in my starting lineup this week.
Okay,
So
okay, we'll see.
I can tell you right now, this will not be a game where I am like tuned in and super focused on this week.
I don't think any of us
I think both of these teams are absolutely horrendous. Moving on, we're going to go to the Seattle Seahawks and going to Arizona to play the Cardinals. And I think once again we get to find out why Kyler Murray is overrated. And I also think that we get to find out here that Geno is on the right path. Percy, the Seattle Seahawks are home are away, but they are getting 1.5 points. The Cardinals are favored by 1.5. Who do you like, sir?
I'm going to keep riding with the Cardinals each and every week. The Cardinals stamp it. The Cardinals win this week, Rich. I see you writing. They win this week. They're losing like nail, but they're doing dumb stuff. They're losing nail biters. They're going to get it done this week, man. They're going to get it done. Hopkins is probably in that locker room all week in everyone's ear. I know you guys don't like the coach. I get it. Y'all think he'll be fired. DeAndre Hopkins is not. He's speaking up this week. He's in everyone's ear, and they get it done this week. Lock that up.
Percy got some insider intel or something. He was real confident.
You must have read my mind. You must have read my mind.
Ryan, please. Go here. The only thing that matters is Kyler Murray playing bad in this game with his passer rating. His PFF grade so far is 68.8. They're horrible. Ryan? Ryan, we can't hear you, sir. We're going to move on to Rick. Oh, go ahead, Ryan. We can't hear you. Still can't hear you. Rich?
Yeah. I am not going to go with the Arizona Cardinals. I think that Seattle is just going to continue to ride this wave of this hot streak. They're on a 3-game win streak here. I think they take it to 4. I know that they're on the road in Arizona, but I just don't think. Yeah, I mean, to your point, Percy, DeAndre Hopkins might have another 15 target game with 10 catches and 150 yards and a touchdown. But we've seen in the past couple weeks that can't be the revolving of their offense. So I don't think. And then, I honestly think that Arizona might be playing from behind in this game, and we all know how Kyler Murray likes to act once he's playing from behind and kind of disgruntled there. So give me my Geno Smith Seattle Seahawks, please.
Lillis, can we hear you now? Just test it out. Yeah, you're still a little broken up here, buddy. We're going to move on, but I like these Seattle Seahawks here. No doubt, love Seattle, and I think that Seattle's going to win here. Geno Smith is in charge of the fourth best offense in the league with Seattle. You have the Arizona Cardinals that have the 26th best defense, and I think that Seattle just gives them the business.
What was it, 1.5? You said, Rob?
Yeah, it's 1.5. So let's. I really like Seattle here, and this might be my lock of the week. Moving on, we have the Los Angeles Rams traveling to Tampa Bay, and what we thought at the beginning of the year would have been an amazing game. And it doesn't look like it is going to be an amazing game because both of these teams are not playing their best right amount of football. The Los Angeles Rams are the underdogs by 3. Tampa Bay's at home, and this is a pretty good line here. Percy, who do you like?
Honestly, I'm gonna flip a coin because I don't know which way to go. I don't know which way to go with this one. I don't know.
Where's your coin then? Where's your quarter?
Okay. Yeah, pick it. Can we pick it, please?
Tampa Bay.
Okay. And Rich, who do you got?
This is an interesting game. A lot of storylines here. Obviously, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the worst rushing offense in the NFL, which is kind of surprising. It's clear and evident that they sort of deterred and went off track from what they typically have done over the last couple of years with Leonard Fournette. But at the same time, this Rams offense just isn't as potent, I guess you could say, as it was last year. Stafford just seems to be a completely different quarterback. It's the shades of the Detroit Lions days for him, if you ask me. Man, this is a real difficult game for me to pick. I really don't have any intuition on either team, but I don't see the Buccaneers losing at home. And the line's what, 3? I'll take the Rams plus 3.
I don't like the. Oh my goodness. I don't like the Rams. I don't like the Rams traveling all the way east. I definitely think that Tom Brady gets it together this week, even though they're having a horrific time running the ball with the worst rush offense in the league. I still think the defense is pretty good. I still think that Tom Brady's playing good football, PFF grade of 75. I think that Stafford is around 65, not doing so well. I think that Tom Brady is just a better quarterback, and I think that this is a rematch. I think that they're upset that they lost last time they played when they played him in the playoffs, and Matt Stafford beat him and went on to go win the Super Bowl. I like Tampa Bay. Give me the 3 points, and I think that Tampa Bay is going to beat them up pretty significant this week as a revenge game. Moving on. Oh, did somebody have something else to say about that game? Ryan, are we there for you to make your pick?
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers again, just simply because of the defense. I think that's really the only positive they have going on. And if they can catch the football, I think they'll win this game.
Who do you like in that Arizona-Seattle game, Ryan?
I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks. I like their defense. I like Jordan Brooks in the middle there. He's a great linebacker. Just happened to go to my alma mater as well. But also Geno Smith. I think he's playing a lot better football, taking care of the football a lot better than Kyler is. And, I like the Seattle Seahawks.
Geno Smith, man. What a year he's having.
And Mr. Walker on the ground. Let's not forget him. He's playing pretty good football behind that line.
Geno Smith, 13 touchdowns to only 3 interceptions on the year.
It's heresy. I don't know.
I think
crazy.
I think Seattle's really, really good here. Moving on, Percy, we're going to start with you. The Tennessee Titans being underdogs by 12.5, double-digit underdogs to the Kansas City Chiefs at home. I think you have Patrick Mahomes here. Tannehill did get some practice in this week. What are you going with, Percy? We are dying to know.
Tennessee Titans, baby, with the points.
Let's go.
Give me Tennessee with the points.
Let's go.
Tennessee's winning this division, by the way. They're number 1 in this division, and they're both teams are 5-2. So it is kind of shocking that they're getting the double digits. Ryan?
I am going to go with the Titans as well. That's all I got.
Richard. Okay. Richard.
Titans are on a 5-game win streak.
King Henry.
I do like them plus the 12.5. Yes, King Henry, choo-choo, ride that train, give him another 30-some carries plus whatever you need to do. I don't know if I know Tannehill's questionable, but I will. They didn't. Malik Willis, they didn't let the leash off of him last week. They kind of just kept him. Obviously, clearly with the stat line that Derrick Henry had with the 30-plus carries and over 200 yards. So if Malik Willis, I think they got to just let the leash off of him and let him, go out there and play his game. I think he has a lot of potential. But I'm going to make a bold prediction here. I like Tennessee plus the 12.5, but I think they win outright as well in Kansas City.
Whoa!
I don't think they'll win the game, but I think they'll.
No.
Somebody ring the bell. Someone ring the bell on that one.
Yeah, I know, right? So, no, I give Rich some props for making the bold pick. It's a bold pick. I mean, that's a very bold choice by picking them to win outright. I like Patrick Mahomes here getting the job done at home. I will take the points. I think that, they win by 12.5. I think they beat them up. Patrick Mahomes.
I know how vicious Andy Reid, though, is off of a bye, man.
Yeah, he does. But the 12.5 is
doesn't lose over bye. Doesn't lose after the bye.
Yeah, but losing is different than covering the spread. So I like Kansas City here, and I like them to actually cover the spread, and I think that they're going to win by more than 12.5. So Richard,
20-3, Andy Reid after a bye.
Good Lord.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I believe that game that we just talked about, the Tennessee Titans versus Kansas City, is the Sunday night game. Who'd
you take, Rob?
I'm taking Kansas City.
Minus the points?
Yeah. Oh, we're going spreads here. Everything's against the spread. I like Kansas City by more than 12.5 at home versus a rookie quarterback. Andy Reid off a bye. I think they're going to beat them down. And Tennessee is not looking fantastic. They're going to have to run the ball, and running the ball against this Kansas City defense and while playing from behind is a nightmare. So then they're going to have to start throwing it. And I don't see it. I just don't see it. Moving on for the last game of the week, the Monday night game, the Baltimore Ravens are traveling to New Orleans, and the New Orleans Saints are home dogs. Actually being the underdogs here by 2.5. So Baltimore is going to New Orleans, but they are getting 2.5 points. Percy, what are you thinking here?
I'm taking the Ravens, guys. I'm taking the Ravens. They're going to cover this spread. They got some terrible news a few hours ago. Bateman is now supposed to be out for the season. So, I don't want to say it's a must-win game, but they need to win so they can keep themselves where they are in the division. Because very, very soon, that quarterback over in Cleveland is coming back soon. And if they stick around and keep chipping off some wins, it's going to be interesting. So the Ravens kind of they need to get this win, because I'm telling you now, when the Browns get that quarterback back, I think it's going to open up a lot out there in Cleveland. What you got, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Ravens as well here. I think they overmatch, and I think the quarterback position, the disparity between the two teams, I don't think Andy Dalton's gonna get it done compared to our man over in Baltimore. I think he has a big day. You said the game's in New Orleans, correct?
Yes, sir.
I like him in a dome. I like him running the ball in the dome. So give me the Baltimore Ravens. I really like I like them in this game, in this matchup.
Yeah, Baltimore is very, very, very banged up on the offensive side of the ball. I know Mark Andrews is questionable. Obviously, Percy just kind of mentioned the news with Rashad Bateman. Duvernay is pretty solid. He showed some light last week, and I think they're also out Gus Edwards this week. I know Kenyon Drake is going to step in that role with a little bit of Justice Hill. But I just think still, even with perhaps no Bateman, no Edwards, and I guess a 50-50 on Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely played great last week.
Lights out last week.
Yeah. So they might have something brewing there with, kind of like going back to like the Goddard Ertz, Philly duo with the tight ends. He filled in very nicely last week with Mark Andrews out. So I don't think they really lose a step there. So I do like Baltimore on the road. So mark that down for myself.
I think the Saints are in trouble this week. I think that Lamar Jackson gets back on track of just playing lights out again, and he's been having a couple good games in a row. They have the 29th worst defense and the 20th worst offense, but I just believe here that the Baltimore Ravens just get it done, and I think that Lamar Jackson definitely covers the spread. So,
which is what again? I'm sorry.
I believe it is 2.5 for the Ravens.
Yeah.
So that is going to wrap up this week's show. I'm so blessed for everybody here that has been listening. We are happy to have you on. I can't believe that we got a preview show done in 45 minutes. I can't believe it, guys. It is one of our records to get that done in under an hour. Congratulations to the panelists. Thank you guys so much for being on the show. Thank you for everybody listening out there. Percy, you got any last words?
No, I'm looking forward to talking to you guys to the recap and you guys giving me my props. You guys have a great weekend.
Okay. Brian?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Enjoyed as usual. It's going to be a great weekend. I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm going to be out at the TCU Texas Tech game in Fort Worth. I will be at the game tomorrow, so get to see the number 7 team in the nation play a little bit. Hope my Red Raiders win, and then on to Sunday with Georgia or with the Cowboys on a bye. So I'll be looking around the league a little bit closely.
Richard?
Shout out to everybody that tapped in and gave us a listen tonight and was interacting with the comments. We love to see it. Love having you. So keep coming back. For myself, to close this out, we didn't get to touch on our Philadelphia Eagles, Rob. So another win last week, par for the course, right? So quick shout out to them. Hopefully we can come back on Tuesday. Maybe celebrate a little Phillies World Series. Are down 3-2 right now, so I'll be tuned into that. My Michigan boys, as you see that I got the apparel on here.
Don't make me throw up. Go ahead, keep going.
Rob, what are you doing for that game at the end of this month?
For Michigan, Ohio State?
Yeah.
I don't know yet, but I can't wait to laugh at you and lick your tears and drink your tears off of your face because it's going to be another loss.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's all I got, fellas. I'm looking forward to football this weekend, both college and NFL, and then obviously my Phillies trying to make this historic comeback down 3-2 with 2 games left in Houston. So we'll see you all next week.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a good one. God bless you. Good night.
See you guys.